Time to paint in the trees now, the background trees. And I'm going to use a little template here. Just a bit of card. And I'm going to paint the trees in the background. So I'm just creating some lollipops to start with. And then we'll turn them into trees. I'm using Payne's Grey, a bit of sap green, a bit of burnt sienna. I'll show you how to put the highlights on later. Now the foliage is coming over that boathouse like that. Leave a few little bits of white paper showing through for the sky holes. That's coming down over the boathouse. Our traily bits, Payne's Grey, sap green, burnt sienna. Using a bit of card here, I'll keep that bit of the boathouse clear. Now there's a big feature tree coming up here. There's some specialist tree up there, quite a tall one. Do that again, a bit darker colour. Bit of darker colour, Payne's Grey, burnt sienna. Darker down here again. Trees are dark on the inside, light on the outside. And with the Wonder Knife we're scratching a bit of tree structure. One big one coming up here like that, another one there. Don't overdo it, but I like a bit of structure. There's a few coming over the boathouse like that. And that would do. We'll dry that. We're going to put the foliage on the trees now, and I'm going to use a little bit of white acrylic now. It's basically a water-based paint, but if I mix the white with some light colour, light greens, traditional watercolour, we can get some nice foliage which will stay on top of the paper. So here we go, look, I'm just patting away nice and easy, creating some foliage. Right, we'll add a little bit of raw sienna now. We'll make the trees slightly different colours. So we'll add a bit of burnt umber to the sap green and a bit of white. Bit more cadmium yellow light to the mix for this tree here. All I'm doing is gripping the brush very lightly. These are my unique tree brushes that I designed when I couldn't paint trees. Let's use the card again and to come right down to that. Right, in the front here there's some lighter bushes. So in here, let's have a nice feature, that's what I want, a nice soft bush there. Don't try and copy them exactly, we just create an impression of the scene, that's what it's all about. Bit more foliage in there. A few highlights over here. We'll just put a hint of a bit of orange in there, I think. Right, we'll leave that for the moment, we can always go back and put some highlights in once the rest of the painting is done. Right, let's start doing the grass area. Use a bit of green, soft green. Little path going up there. This is a bit of green grass here. Bit of sap green now added to the mix to darken it a bit. Bit of Payne's Grey added, and we'll wiggle that in there, add some depth in the trees at the bottom. You must always link everything to the earth. Just pick out the little path going up there, looking out into the distance. Right, now we're going to put the rocks in now. So I want a 3/4 flat. Actually, what I'll do first of all, I think I'll put the shoreline in. Just brush it in very simply. Then we'll have a bit more burnt sienna and a bit of Payne's grey. I want a few dark bits. Just have a little bit like that look coming across. It's coming out here like that. There's a bit coming out here. Shape it. A bit coming out like that. Bit of Payne's grey now to the mix. Get a few darker bits. Let's have a good wiggle across here, look. Do something with that in a minute. Right, let's put the rocks in now. So just a bit of alizarin crimson. Put some big rocks down here. Get the wand knife going. And we'll just move the paint to create some rocks. We'll put a few little nicks in here. There's all little pebbles around here. And I'll just use a water-soluble crayon, because that's dried on me, just to put some lights on that rock there. These are wonderful, these. You can do all sorts of things with them. Right, let's go down the bottom here. Let's have a wiggle. Want some depth in there, so we'll just have a bit of shadow in there. Got to be bold when you're painting. Take out the edges a bit. A few stones or something there, a few rocks on there. Let's put some rocks in here. Using the knife, we'll just move the paint like that. Put a few rocks in this area. Don't try and copy the shoreline exactly. You're using your imagination, you're creating a painting, and you're putting in an impression of the scene. That's all you're doing. Then we need to dry that before we progress any further.